Okay, I'm more than happy got tonight the amazing artists from Ukraine. So I'm a proud myself that tonight I got Oksana Zhelisko with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. How are you tonight, Osanita?
Doing great.
Yeah, so it's great got you tonight. So for a long time I was looking that moment for got you in my studio, sharing with me and sharing with that amazing people that follow you. So tonight I am the person that put you in the position for this, for that person that see you. So can you have so many things for sharing with us. So tell me about your life, Osana. How you come to Canada? So what happened? Why you in Canada if you from Ukraine?
Oh, it happened so long ago. I don't even remember how. So let's start from the beginning, I guess. I moved to Canada in 2001, and I pretty much graduated from Academy of Arts. And the same summer, I moved here, not knowing what Canada will hold for me, what's gonna happen. Came and couldn't work for 6 months, so all I could do is paint. So you can only imagine a student graduating from art school and pretty much, the whole world is in front of you, like on your plate, but you don't know what to do with yourself. So when I had my final show in Ukraine as I was graduating, there's a bunch of other things, like it was portraits and still life and so many different subject matters. And in the end, my professor told me, "What are you doing? What's your plan? Because we cannot figure you out. What's going on? Who are you as an artist?" And honestly, when I was defending my show, I said, "I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out who I am."
So you tell me tonight that he disappoint you. So he thinking you doesn't was good artist.
Oh yeah, back then my professor said, "I don't know what you're doing in this school. Like, you are not an artist. Like, I don't know who you are." And it was on my 4th year of university, actually. And at that point, I am like, "I'm gonna prove to you. I'm gonna prove to you that I'm worthy." So at that point, I was starting to figure out who I am, what I'm doing. But even as I said, in my final show was all over the place. Like, I was all over the place with portraiture, a little bit of still life, a little bit of landscapes. I didn't know where I'm going.
So but then you don't figure out, right? What you wanna do is you just always do it, does. But now you know who you are.
The thing is, like, I knew I had that passion, but I didn't know what it is yet.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So when I moved to Canada, in the first 6 months, I couldn't work. So what I was doing, I was painting all the time. And within those 6 months, I figured out portrait is my thing. I was going on and on about figuring out the anatomy and improving and trying to find my own style. Because when you're a student, a lot of information gets embedded in your head how it should be done, but you're not an artist. They're just giving you some information and you're just giving you structure, but at the same time, they're not giving you that power when you're just opening it up and creating your own self. So I'm actually really appreciative when I came to Canada and couldn't work, and it was my kind of self-search.
Yeah.
This is what I was doing.
Yeah, it's cool feeling when you find and you think that like you got a passion. Even you was amazing artist, but you figured out.
Trust me, I wasn't back then.
No, you was in that then?
No. Like, we had a bunch of other, and I remember there's a lot of my co-students, and I really admired their work, and I felt like, oh my God, I don't know who I am. I feel like I'm so below them. But honestly, I'm that kind of person who doesn't stop in anything. So I always try to be the best of the best. So when I was surrounded by people who are good, I was trying to be even better. So they gave me a push. And that push gave me more when I moved to Canada.
Oh.
Because I had nothing else to do but just concentrate on me, my work, and who I am as an artist.
Yeah. So how the pandemic affect you as artists right now?
Oh,
so
boy.
I know it's hard time for everybody, and how you guys can save artists right now?
I mean, it's hard for everybody.
I know.
It's hard for everybody emotionally, physically, in any other ways. As an artist, of course, you have to realize I'm not just an artist. I am also an art instructor. So a bunch of my workshops were completely shut down.
Mhm.
So I couldn't teach. And for the longest time, I wanted to record videos and to make them online version, right? And because life was always so busy and I never had time to do that. So right now and about a year ago, there was a perfect opportunity. So finally I started to pretty much reinventing myself.
Wow.
What I'm gonna do. Like I completely have to shut down my comfort zone and where I was before and start reinventing myself, trying something different. So I'm proudly can announce that I launched my 4 online workshops. They're pre-recorded, so you can register on my website, www.zheliskoart.com. And they are based on urban landscapes. Actually, you kind of have
Yeah.
urban landscapes
Yeah, I
back
got
then.
that. He's painting here in my studio, so I'm more than so lucky. Yeah, so Osana, so people still support you in that moment when the economy is so down. So how you survive it? The people still buy you painting, or they show up in your workshop, or how you attract people for still in the life in that moment.
You know, during the pandemic, I realized how much people support artists, and this is time when you give something and then receive a lot. Um, I had so much support from my students, and I honestly can say that during the pandemic, I was blessed with a lot more commissions, and people just, you can imagine, you're stuck within 4 walls, you cannot travel. So people want to make their homes more beautiful. They want to beautify their home and open their perspectives, right? So this is where they turn to artists. It's our job to make life more
Yeah.
beautiful, right? So I've been blessed with commissions and even with online workshops, and it honestly I can really say that my life became even busier than before
Wow.
because it is hard times, but at the same time, you're reinventing yourself, you're trying something new, and it always keeps you going. So my mind never stops, never stops. You keep working, you keep just opening new ideas, and even it helped me in my own kind of art that I do. I opened new subject matters. Before I was working only on portraits, now I'm doing landscapes and urban landscapes and other stuff, and I'm open for commissions. So I've been blessed, really.
Yeah, that's great. So, any experience that you can share with us in that moment when you so passionately painting something and then you figure out that's not that you expect. So, the soon you see like, oh, I don't really like it. Any experience like you can share it with us, like you were so frustrated to do that painting and you got something for sharing with us in the moment? Any moment that you got that or great experience, whatever that you got for experience for us?
Okay, honestly, frustration is the key for me. Um, when I'm in the happy zone and everything is great in my life, this is when I get stuck. This is when I cannot create. So, in a way, when I'm frustrated with something, it can be a different moment in my life. It can be personal life, it can be work, it can be relationship, anything. And when I'm frustrated, I create my best work because I put my emotions, and it's almost like a diary, which is an exhibition that's coming up on April 1st. It's opening reception for my solo exhibition. It's called I Am the Woman, and this is my visual diary. So most of my paintings that's included in that show is actually self-portraits. So I use myself to create the story around my feelings, and it's not actually only my feelings, it's what I feel about society, about my friends, about anything. That story of my life is pretty much a visual diary on canvas, So I'm extremely excited about the show and share it with you. But overall, when you're frustrated as an artist, that's the best work that can come out, because you're pretty much pushing, and you as a writer, you know that,
I
right?
know that, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Every time you feel and it's bundling inside of you, you want to push it on paper, you want to push it and share it with people. So this is my way of just sharing my story with people. Sometimes I get really closed. I don't talk to people, like I get really like bubbled up, but my story comes on canvas. I pour it on canvas and I just share it.
So you try for tell me tonight, you net show that coming in. So gonna be about this portrait. So you put a whole you life in that show that coming in his portraits. It's just about you, everything. That's you try to tell me tonight?
It's about my feelings.
Oh,
Definitely.
about you feeling. That's
it's,
great.
It's my feelings, my perspective on life, what's going on with my life and around me. As I said, I used a lot myself as a model in those, because it's almost like a self search. You know, you create those stories, and you know yourself,
Yeah.
because you're the best person to know yourself. But at the same time, sometimes you talk to a person, you feel better, right? You feel bad, something's going on bad in your life, you talk to a person, you feel better. So in a way, for me to feel better, I need to push it on canvas. So this whole exhibition.
Something that you can tell for the people that see you tonight about support you in that night that you wanna have that show, that gonna be great show. Even me gonna be the first person gonna be there. So we had to support the art in Edmonton. So what you got for them, for telling them coming in your show and support you like artists?
The best support for artists is to not only buy artist work,
Yes.
it's also sharing, talking about it, communicating, because we artists, we spend a lot of time in isolation, which a lot of people do right now. But when we create, we're just bubbled in our own zone, right?
Yeah.
We just close ourselves up in a little bubble and we create. But there comes a point that we want to share it. We want to share it with people. So those kind of shows, this is our moment to share. So your best response is actually come to the show, respond to our show, talk to us. That's why I really want to invite you to my show. And again, the reception of a little link to follow up and register, because again, we're in pandemic, so you have to kind of register your spot, so we wouldn't be overbooked. But I really hope you can come and see my show and share your feelings with me as well, because I'm sure you will find some kind of resemblance of your own life in my paintings.
Yeah. So any advice that you got tonight for those new artists? So you know people sometimes can feeling like give up. Like you found something you like, but you need people like you, Oksana, like is already artists and amazing artists. What advice you got for them tonight? For don't be give up, keep going. That people can do it whatever they want. What you got for them tonight?
The main thing is just never give up.
Yeah.
You know, when you have that passion in you, you always need to stay true to yourself and to your passion. And then there will always be supporters. There will always be people who will want to join you in your journey. Just don't give up. Keep creating, keep painting, keep hoping, keep loving. Everything that you feel, just throw it on canvas. And honestly, when the technical parts come into it, there's always mentors, just like me, right? I can always help you with your, when it comes to technical points of, I'm a teacher, so I can help you with that, as well as many artists as there in the world. But just keep creating. That's all.
Yeah, that's great. So any social media that people can follow you?
Definitely. I have an account on Facebook, which is zheliskoart.com. The same thing on Instagram, zheliskoart.com, and my website, Zheliskoart.com.
So I'm more than happy, guys. Got Oksana Zhelisko tonight. Also, I'm more than happy that before the interview, she just painted that for me. Looking, it's me right there. So I'm more than lucky got that lady with the friend. So thank you, Oksana Zhelisko, for sharing that moment with us.
Thank you for
Cheers.
having me. Cheers.